Hey, welcome to HoopSpeak Live. My name is Beckley Mason. I'm here with Zach McAdoo Harper and Ethan Sherwood Strauss. And at the top of the show, we just want to send a very happy birthday to our producer, James Herbert. He is the Poutine King of Canada, and he is today 21? I'm not even sure. But happy birthday! James is 25? Get out of here. Wait, I thought you were in school. What are you doing being 25? He's saying this in the chat right now. Anyway, let's start with our telling you who our guests are. It's going to be Bomani Jones, who's all over the place. You saw him today. Actually, he's on right now on Around the Horn, so you can put that behind your computer and see him. And then, of course, ESPN's Henry Abbott from the True Hoop blog. Ethan, you've been out and about in Warrior Country. Give us an update.
Oh, Warrior Country. It is exciting. Last night I was at Oracle. I went to their season ticket holder event, which was just this sort of surreal hype fest because they're not allowed to talk about the lockout, yet they have to get everybody pumped up for a season that might not happen and really be committed to it, just completely commit. And the whole thing was... I respect that they were trying to do their jobs, but it was a little bit hilarious. Peter Guber is unintentionally or possibly intentionally a very funny man. He went on this. He was asked if they would replace the mascot because since the Thunder came into the league, the Warriors no longer have a mascot. And he went into this extended rant about how it has to be a 21st century mascot and a mascot for a new age and a new era. And then, just with disdain, said, it can't just be some furry little thing running around. And it was just a completely ridiculous comment to make. And, I asked some questions.
What's a new age mascot? Is that like an iPad or something? Like, I don't get what would it
I don't know. I think he's channeling...
DNA, Zach.
He's channeling some sort of Hollywood, big dream, capture the soul, capture the imagination, and you can't do that with a furry little thing running around. So let me tell you guys, I look forward to the new Warriors mascot, hopefully coming soon after the season starts.
Well, they're winning the hearts and minds, and easier said than done. Zach, you have been covering EuroLeague, sort of, actually just saying snarky things about it on DDL, Daily Dime Live, for the last few weeks or so. Give us an update. What's been going on there? Are there any players making moves? And there's someone named Bo, who does not look very Macedonian, who is getting a lot of hype. Give us the rundown.
There's Bo McCaleb, which is not really a European player. He's from Texas, I believe, and went to University of Louisiana or New Orleans or some. He's from the South, like Mid-South, kind of Southwest area, wherever Texas is considered, and he's the least Macedonian player you'll ever see. He's a young African-American point guard who has actually never played for a Macedonian team. I believe they just called him right before the tournament, got him a passport because he was the only non-injured point guard they could think of. So he's been lighting up the tournament. He's been taking on pretty much every defense thrown at him, leading a terrible team that has a seriously like a Carlos Boozer clone on the team who plays just as horribly as you would imagine a Macedonian Carlos Boozer would play. Is leading them to the semifinals. They've beaten pretty much every challenge thrown at them, and they take on Spain next. They'll get to take on my favorite player, Ricky Rubio. And there's a good chance that Macedonia is going to be the champion of all EuroBasket.
Wow, bold prediction.
Yeah.
So is Spain still looking, but Spain is still the favorite, or has that changed as well?
Yeah, Spain's still the best team, but there's something very Lakers about them where they've got the most talent. They play the best basketball most of the time, but they will let just about anybody be in a game with them when they shouldn't be. So if they can put together, a 30 minutes of a 40-minute game of just the kind of basketball where they dominate, they'll be fine. But they can't seem to do that on pretty much any day unless France is resting all their players. France is actually really good too, which is odd because they're French.
Classic xenophobe thought there from Zach Harper. Wait, but Tony Parker's been killing it for France. I mean, he's kind of been unleashed.
Yes. Yeah, Tony Parker's been awesome. He's probably been the MVP of the tournament, despite what Bo has done for Macedonia. The key with France has actually been Nicolas Batum and Nando De Colo, who is a backup point guard. They both played exceptional today, helped them eke out a win. And really, I mean, they've got Boris Diaw eating opposing team's players, and they've got Joakim Noah just doing the dirty stuff, rebounding, defending, and stuff. But really, the perimeter game is fueling their entire attack.
Nice. So I have a question for you. You also saw a lot of the FIBA tournament. Argentina, obviously a team that plays really well together. Would you say that Argentina is ahead of or behind Spain right now?
Argentina's behind them just because I mean, they're a pretty deep team, but they just don't have the depth that Spain has. I mean, Spain's got, probably 10 or 11 guys that could easily play in the NBA. And Argentina is good, Manu's good. Luis Scola is just dominant in FIBA play. I mean, he's literally like Daryl Morey said, it's like God mode. And they've got a lot of good 3-point shooting, but they still have Andres Nocioni on the team, and it just doesn't seem like they would be able to compete with America and with Spain just because of the depth and the lack of big men. And they've really got to play a perfect game, which they do well with their passing, but they really got to play a perfect game to be as good as the top two teams in the world.
Zach, I'm going to be completely honest. I completely and totally checked out there when you were talking about EuroBasket, even though I do acknowledge that it does have whimsical charms. I will acknowledge that it does have whimsical charms. I have not been paying so much attention, but I was told by our magnificent producer, James Herbert, whose birthday it is, that I should ask you about Chris Kaman. So, Zach, Chris Kaman?
Chris Kaman is just... I mean, all right, there are actual people out there who think Chris Kaman's a good basketball player. And while he can finish with both hands and he has a decent post game, he might be one of the worst defenders I've seen in this tournament. And that's including a Serbian team that doesn't defend at all, and the Belgium team, which I don't even really think had their own uniform. I think it was just like a bunch of tank tops and maybe some Speedos or something. Like, it was just, I mean, Kaman is just so bad. He'll give you a couple of good stretch, a couple of good possessions. He'll rebound the ball, and then he'll travel 3 or 4 times in the next 10 possessions. He'll just completely act like Darko Milicic out there and not rotate on defense. If he does block a shot, he's probably going to foul you on your next attempt. Chris Kaman is really proven to be very Chris Kaman-y throughout this entire tournament.
Our magnificent producer, who is speaking into my ear like one of those corny sitcom scenes where somebody's telling a friend how to do a date.
I can see it.
Metaphorically speaking, Zach. I have to ask you about Valanciunas and Cantor. I think that's very important
because it's James's birthday.
Yeah, because it's James' birthday. There's no other option.
Jonas Valanciunas had a great game against Serbia when they didn't defend anybody at the basket, and he just could stand there and catch the ball and dunk it. Other than that, he's been a good defender. He's been a pretty good rebounder. He doesn't really have much around the rim in terms of post moves to get good shots, but he can finish if you just put the ball high for him. He catches it. Cantor showed me more. He's a terrible help defender. He could be a decent post defender if he gets some tutelage, but offensively, his game blossomed. I mean, he's got a great touch in the post. He showed a couple of counter moves in the post, and he just seems to, as cliche as it is, he's kind of like a magnet. Like, offensive rebounds just go his way. He just finds a way to pick up loose balls, and he's just very good at scoring.
Well, good news for Jazz fans. He's with the Jazz, right? Yeah, that's where he went. I forgot about actual NBA basketball because all I think about is contracts and TV and CBA and all this garbage that we are forced to learn and talk about.